Hello there, sword friends. Today I'm going to tell you a little bit about this Koto Wakizashi. It's an older sword that I've had in my collection for some time, and it's about to leave my collection, so as so often seems to be the case, I'm motivated to make a video shortly before I don't have the chance anymore. I wish I got to all the other odds and ends quicker, but in any respect, I'm going to show you this Koto Wakizashi. Now, this isn't a review, I'm not going to cut with it, but it is an interesting chance for me to show you something a little older from the collection. Nihonto is a personal interest of mine, but I have a lot to learn in the subject, and I'm certainly far from any kind of expert, but hopefully some of the video shows you some of the reasons that I might like it, and I can tell you what little I can tell you about the sword. This sword is in shirasaya. What that means is it's in a storage scabbard. These types of scabbards aren't really intended for use. They're more intended for storage. Not that you would want to use this sword anyway, but in any respect, it's in shirasaya. The shirasaya is along the newer side, but I remove the makugi, the little pin here. I take the handle off, and it exposes the tang or the nakago of the sword. Anyway, I take the makugi out, the little pin, I expose the nakago, the tang of the blade, and there's some interesting pieces to note here, and something that I learned a little later on. First off, it's Miyumi, meaning there's no signature on it, there's no indicating marks of who made what, when, where, why, but what's on the nakago that I didn't necessarily notice at first is these really deep pits that indicate that it's been in a fire. I didn't necessarily know this until somebody pointed it out to me that while the blade still has some interesting characteristics, it's entirely possible that it was in a fire at some point, and that's what the deep pitting can often indicate. Now, I certainly don't know, I'm not an expert, but it looks like at some point in its life it may have been burned up a little bit. Now, this is a pretty old sword as well. It's possible that it started its life as a tachi, a much longer sword, and maybe it was broken in battle, maybe it was damaged in a fire, maybe who knows exactly what happened, but the sword is in a wakizashi state right now, and it still has a lot of character on the blade. There's a whole bunch of different names for all the things that are happening in the surface of the steel, and lots. I'm not an expert in it, I'm not going to go over it, but I'll shut up and let you enjoy the video for just a minute. I've had this blade since 2014, and so I'm a little sad to see it go. It's been something I've studied quite a bit and I've really enjoyed while I've had it, and I know I didn't really talk a lot in this video, but I just thought I would share some of the coolness that you can find in Nihonto, and hopefully it's been of interest. If you are interested in collecting Nihonto, there are a lot of different places that sell things, and Wakizashi seem to be a great place to start for collectors. They're a little, well, they're the most undervalued, do the most bang for the buck, if you will. You can get a lot of really interesting, cool, well-made pieces for less than equivalent tanto or katana length blades might be. I don't know why that's necessarily the case, though it does seem to be the case. So if you're interested in Nihonto and you like some of the stuff you saw in the video, maybe it's worth collecting, maybe not. Anyway, I'm going to shut up. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. As always, cheers and thanks for watching.